It is almost midnight. I am going to resume Washington Black by S.E. Edition. I haven't read this since early February, or anything else for that matter. I actually remember it really well because I was really enjoying it, so I'm not going to start it over. I'm just going to continue it and hopefully not fall asleep. I actually cooked dinner for the first time in a long time tonight, and it was pasta, so there's a really good chance I'm going to start falling asleep, and if that happens, I'm going to eat some Skittles or a slice of chocolate cake or something to stay awake, because I really want to start reading again tonight. I think tonight is the night. I can feel it.
Arkansas was also hit hard by high wind gusts.
That are down, signs that are down. The infrastructure here is going to take, I can't imagine how long to put back up.
Good morning. Good morning, Philip. I went to sleep at midnight and I woke up at 5. I don't know why. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to get up and I'm going to finish reading Washington Black and then tackle some other stuff I need to do today, like mow the lawn, go over some boring financial stuff, bills, unemployment, all the fun quarantine, shutdown, pandemic stuff. But first I'm going to create a vibe. I think I'm going to just honestly be a goth and close the curtains, turn on a lamp, and read Washington Black until I finished it. That's the plan. Okay, so I have finished Washington Black, I guess. The ending was very abrupt. I was reading, and I knew I was getting close to the end of the book, but I wasn't sure how close. And then it was over. I turned the page and it said acknowledgements, and I was like, what now? And I've been thinking about it for a few minutes. That's the end, huh? I like it when I have a sense that this is the last page. Here we go. I guess that's not what I was expecting, which is basically the theme of my entire experience reading Washington Black by S.E. Edition. I thought that this was a steampunk story. That is not what this book is. Reminded me a little bit of The Alchemist, just in terms of this young man traveling the globe, evading danger and whatnot, sort of on a quest to figure out, I guess, what it means to be free. I would say it's 4-star read for me. This book just checks all the boxes of being a great book, and I really appreciated it and enjoyed reading it. And I've now officially finished my first book of 2020. I might just go back to sleep. It is Wednesday? Well, it's technically Thursday. I am almost 70% of the way through Changeling by Victor Lavelle. Remember how I said during Washington Black that it was good, but it wasn't what I expected? This book is insane. I just have no clue what I'm reading. I don't know what's next. The characters were in the real world much longer than I expected in a book that sounded like it was going to be fantasy. And then I'm still not sure if apparently magical things that have taken place in the last, few chapters are real. I don't know if we really moved into fantasy land now, or if it's all delusion and people are just crazy. I don't know if I like it. Intriguing. I'm not going to stop reading. I'm obviously on my way to being done, so I'm going to finish this book. But I do not understand what is happening in The Changeling by Victor Lavelle. Today I'm going for some Game of Thrones hair. Since I've got the length to do it, I'm just... Jon Snow, I know nothing. Okay, focus. So this is the book I ordered. I think this is Christina Baker Klein. First book she wrote, which I also own. I haven't read yet. So here it is, called The Exiles. I remember that now. Look at this beautiful cover. Oh, this is about the practice of sending criminals from Great Britain to Australia, which I knew a little bit about because of wine. Her last book uses that really linen-y paper, which I love. This is like that. It's soft and pleasant to the touch, but it's also got that like sparkly look to it. So this is my new book. My new book. We're pretending I just bought one book. Oh, I didn't even mention it has deckled edges. I love deckled edges. I do agree it makes it hard to flip to certain pages, but I don't care. Everything about the aesthetic of her books is right on for me, so I really hope I like them. What I hate right now is that my hair it's getting long, which is what I wanted, but it's just long enough that it like stops at my shoulder and my neck, and so it's like a flip. I look a little bit like Mary Tyler Moore. Hair, I'm just talking about hair. This book is crazy. It is flying in all kinds of crazy directions, and I'm really enjoying it. Just is so not what I was expecting, but it's really good. But I'm 93% of the way through the book. I'm going to finish it soon, and I can't even imagine what's going to happen between now and then. Okay, so I have finished The Changeling by Victor LaValle, and I wrote a long review on Goodreads about it. I gave it 3 stars. I liked it, but it had me experiencing so much whiplash in terms of like, what kind of book am I reading? If you've seen the movie The Forgotten with Julianne Moore and Dominic West and Alfred Woodard, there's a moment in that movie where you say, wait, what? That's what happened for me reading this book. Maybe one day I'll reread it, and knowing that, it will be better for me. Philip has a bone that he's breaking apart, and it's making loud noises, so I'm sorry. Okay, so I just finished having dinner. The next thing I'm gonna do, I think, if I can get myself to do it, is to start to edit this. I'm a little nervous about it. Also, I just bought another book, a brand new thriller by Alyssa Cole called When No One Is Watching. And it's a really cool idea. It's about the gentrification of this black neighborhood in Brooklyn, and they start to discover that perhaps the black neighbors of hers that keep moving out and disappearing didn't actually move. I am actually reading New Sons now. I've read the first 3 stories, and they're all going pretty quickly, so I'm gonna read more of that tonight. Also, that's lighting. I went to the drugstore, and I don't buy magazines unless like the cover gets me into the spirit of things, like Halloween. I don't even know if I'm gonna read that, but I have this, what is this, a coffee table that has glass. And so I like to put stuff in there that's like seasonal or whatever, and I am so excited for Halloween because it is September. So with that in my coffee table, that means it's almost time to start decorating, which is pretty awesome. Hey everybody, it is late. I've actually been working on editing this vlog from almost a year ago, October 2019. I think I was like doing a vlog just to play with this new camera that I got, and so I'm cutting a lot out. I have a lot of hair. It's kind of funny editing this vlog. I honestly feel like I look younger, and it was only a year ago, so that's depressing. Wow, it's just storming again. Okay, so I am now nocturnal. I actually started feeling a little sleepy. which is fine. I figure maybe I will capitalize on that a little bit and go to bed. Maybe like, for me, that would be like a nap. I did some editing on the vlog. I did some like kind of prepping and planning for the later parts of it. So I didn't get nothing done. I got some stuff done. So I'm gonna lay down. If I can fall asleep, then maybe I'll wake up at like 4 or 5, or maybe even 6. And then that's like a normal time that people get up. And then I'll be awake during the day, which would be a nice change. You'll see the sun on this vlog, which would be a nice change. All right. Ah, yes, the sun. I remember the sun. Interesting. It's daytime. I'm awake during the daytime. Oh yeah, there it is. Just spitballing here, but I might possibly need to mow my lawn. So success, I guess. It's 8:15 in the morning. I'm awake. I'm rested. I read a little bit last night, actually. I wasn't expecting to. I read 2 more stories in New Suns. Really need to either mow the lawn or call some people and have them mow it for me. It's just not happening, and my back is constantly not good. But yeah, happy to be awake during the daytime and get some stuff done. I just finished like a rough draft of the vlog from 11 months ago. October 2019. It's been sitting in my Final Cut Pro all this time, for a year. It's been sitting there. And then I sort of assumed I was never gonna do it. But anyway, I finished it. It's done. Feeling pretty awesome. I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, so I'm a failure. I had plans to meet someone actually for a safe, socially distant lunch, but then canceled because I was like, I feel like garbage and I have to go to sleep. And then I woke up at midnight. So now it's almost 2. I'm gonna finish editing that ancient vlog from October 2019, and then I'm gonna read. Well, folks, the vlog is done. The thing about being nocturnal is, it's 9 in the morning and I'm gonna pretend like it's dinner time. Quarantine 2020. Alrighty, it's 5:30 on Monday, and I slept for like 4 hours. I didn't fall asleep until like noon, and then woke up at 4. So that's easy math. I was just about to rebrew this used one, so that was gonna be bad. I took a shower, and I shaved. And it felt nice. I have to say, it felt really nice to wash my face after I shaved, because it's the first time I've shaved in months. I ordered this because I think this is one of the prettiest covers I've like ever seen. All right, there she is. I love the typeface, I like the slant of it, and I like the photo. And it has that paper that I like, not glossy. And I've heard this book is really good. Okay, so I'm falling asleep at like 9:30, which is crazy. I read another story in New Suns, so I am now 100 pages in. Really, 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 really liking this anthology. I haven't read a single story yet that I didn't like really dig. I don't want to fall asleep at like 10 o'clock at night, but I'm kind of not feeling well. As a result, I'm tired, so I'm gonna fall asleep, but I bet I won't sleep long. Probably I'll sleep for 2 or 3 hours and then wake up. But yeah, so I'm reading. I might try to read one more story. So that's what's going on. Philip is asleep. And I guess that's my hint. So it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm realizing that maybe I can stay up until nighttime and get back on a normal schedule. So I'm up, and the rain is helping me stay up, because it's not like bright, sunny sunshine day, it's medium light, gray, rainy day. My favorite. Yeah, the rain is picking up, and I am reading more stories from New Suns. Every story in this collection so far I like. Actually just started another one, and then got up to go look at the rain. I filmed my first video back last night. It tells my whole story of, like, you know, everything that happened in my life during, you know, pandemic time, and then I did a book haul. So I'm gonna read and watch TV and do whatever I have to do to stay awake. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. And then magically, poof, I will be on a diurnal schedule as opposed to this nocturnal schedule. Because I need to stop being a vampire. One day, Disney's gonna call and say, okay, come back to work. And I'll be like, okay, during the day or... And they'll be like, what? So anyway, today is Operation Stay Awake. All right, it's nautical twilight right now. Sunrise is soon. I slept from 9 p.m. to 4:30 in the morning, and so I'm on a like normal schedule, I hope. I'm gonna sit here until I'm finished with this book, and it's mostly done. So I'm excited to marathon through this collection, which is so good. Yikes. Go get your ball, buddy. This is a bone. So I went over and I picked up his tennis ball and threw it. And he chased it into the bedroom where it bounced, which is where I always throw it. And he came back with another bone. He wants me to throw this so badly, this old nylabone, which are for chewing, not for throwing. Just trying to read this book. This is some lighting. Okay, so the sun is out of my face now. I am on page 193 of New Suns. I'm having a funny experience where the last story that I read, that author did really ingenious things with gender. And because of that, I was doing flip-flops in my brain reading the next story, which was not doing any of those things. So this book is like challenging me and opening my mind and broadening my horizons quite a bit, and I really like that. I will definitely finish this book today. I'm not worried about it. I'm a little tired, and I think it's just because this is not my normal schedule, and I'm adjusting. I got 7.5 hours of sleep. It is 4:30 or so. I have given up. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. I turned the air conditioner down a couple notches. I grabbed 2 pillows from my bed, my comforter, elevated my legs. I have closed all of the blinds and the curtains to block out the world, and I am going to just camp out here. I literally have just turned my house into a cocoon of pathetic giving upness. Now I just have to decide what I'm going to read, because I want to get through everything from my February TBR. Okay, what was on my original TBR? Washington Black and New Sons, which I've read. So it's between An American Marriage and The Revisioners. I'll let you know what I decided to read in the next clip when I've already been reading it for an hour. So I'm 17% of the way in to The Revisioners by Margaret That's exactly right. Margaret Wilkerson Sexton. I think it's pretty short. I think it's not even 300 pages. It's like 288. So it's going to fly by. I love a story that cuts back and forth between 2 different generations. In that way, it reminds me of The Mirror by Marlis Milheiser. That book included a supernatural element and time travel through a mirror. So it's not like that, but it's lovely. The characters are so vivid. Josephine is my favorite person. I think I have a book on the front porch, but I also have a puppy. So I'm gonna leave it there. Later I'll do other things. But yeah, reading. Come on, reading. Okay, so it's the next day. It's almost 11. So let's look at this book mail. Here she is. Yay, Caitlin Doty in the house. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory. This is going to be awesome. It's death positive. I'm a fan of her, and I can't wait to read this. Morbid and Illuminating from Entertainment Weekly. I love this one. A must-read for anyone who plans on dying. Book list. Guess that's me. This is magical. There's so much more room now. I can just sit here. Ugh. See, I was using that. My life is a rainbow in this moment. Wow, that's pretty. Good morning. It's very early. I don't want to be loud out here right now. Tropical storm Sally is like passing by the southern tip of Florida into the Gulf. And so we're having just constant rain. The sunrise is going to be really pretty. Oh, here we go. Oh, Philip. Did you see the pig? Do you want it? Is it your favorite? You're welcome. Finally done. Took a long time. So, now that the yard is done, secret is out. I actually hired people to do my yard for the first time since having a yard, and it was worth it. And now, my trusty scissors have a new job. Going to open up some book mail. There's going to be so much book mail. I believe I know what this is. This is exciting. The Fire This Time, which is a collection of essays on race, collected and edited by Jesmyn Ward, author of Salvage the Bones, and Sing Unburied Sing, which I loved. The Fire This Time, this is a reference to James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time. And so she's written this called The Fire This Time, essentially saying it's time. So I just lit that candle right in front of the I Dissent, Ruth Bader Ginsburg Makes Her Mark book. And then moments later, received the news from a friend of mine about her passing away. My heart sank when I got the news. It's going to be such a nightmare. Going to put that out of my mind and read this book. But that definitely just cast a pall on the evening. Because that sucks. Now 60% of the way through the book. I just read 20% of it because I was at 40. Says I have 2 hours left, and I just got to the part of this book where the magic starts to happen. So now I'm hooked. The book kind of took its time grabbing me, but now I'm there, and I think I'm pretty optimistic about finishing it tonight. Okay, so I have finished The Revisioners. Gorgeous, gorgeous novel. So beautiful. It took me a while to get into it properly, but once I couldn't leave this spot. To become intimately involved with these characters and then have to suffer through tragedy with them was an eye-opening emotional experience. This book was a little tough for me because of the 3 different time periods, but it all eventually ironed itself out. Yeah, so it's 1 in the morning, and I'm thrilled that I finished this. I'm gonna kind of collect myself, and that's all I have to say about that right now. So I haven't vlogged in a minute. Because I've been actually filming and editing content for this channel. I need to film an update video because so much has changed. My parents sold their house and they have a closing date on their new house out here. So as planned and promised, I'm flying out there and driving back here with them. And it's all in like a month. The exact time that Spookathon would have been happening. So the entire month of October changed. Like the moment that I posted my October plans video, I was like on the phone with my parents and I was like, huh. And then I looked at my calendar and I was like, none of this is happening. So I'm gonna try and get 100 or 150 or so pages into 50 Words for Rain by Asha Lemme. All right, so it's 12:30. I'm 108 pages into 50 Words for Rain, about a quarter of the way through the book. I'm gonna keep going. Honestly, if I didn't get tired, I could probably read the whole book tonight. I'm enjoying it so much, but my Kindle is about to die. So I have to charge it. And I could read the book on my phone while the Kindle is charging. That's kind of gross. So I might make some pasta because I'm hungry at 12:30 and all I had today was Taco Bell. All right, I'm just back in bed. And I'm gonna try and read a little bit more, but pasta and wine are making me tired, so I wanna see how much reading I can get done before I fall asleep, and I probably won't vlog on this. anymore tonight. The next clip will be tomorrow. And so now magically, or maybe I'll do this. So now tomorrow I have to remember to start a clip like that. Let's do it. So tomorrow, let's go to tomorrow. Okay, good morning everybody. It is the next day and it is actually late. I was up till 4 in the morning reading. Actually reached almost, I think 198 pages or 200 pages into 50 Words for Rain last night. I am loving it. Wanna go outside, Philip? Yeah, so I'm gonna finish that book today. I'm going to just hunker down and read. But first, apparently, I'm going to sit outside on the patio for a few minutes because Philip made it very clear that he needed me to come out here with him. So I'm out here with Philip and I'm gonna have my English muffins and my coffee and I'm gonna read a little bit until it gets too hot and then I'm gonna go back inside. So I am about 70% of the way through this book and I'm crying because it's beautiful. I just got to a really amazing scene that was very happy and joyful and sweet. The relationship between Nori, the protagonist, and her brother is really, really spectacular in this book. Plus the story includes a lot of music, the euphoria of performance and getting lost in the music and all of that, some things that I really relate to. Now to finish the book. Okay, so the very next, 2 pages after the part that I just read that was so wonderful and happy and joyful brought the saddest, most horrible thing in the world. I don't know why I didn't expect it. I love stories like this. I love stories about characters stuck in a pattern, being forced to see the world through fresh eyes. I don't know what's gonna happen. I still have an hour and a half left to read, but I love it. Wow, yeah, this book is so good. That was a really hard ending. The ending of this book is rough. Don't know what I think of it. Not what I wanted. She does the most right thing she can, I guess. And I respect this ending. But anyway, all of that to say that this book, reading this book is exhausting. It's very epic. It spans many years. It doesn't pull its punches. It's really rough, but it's smart and beautiful. So now that's done. I'm broken. So I'm gonna read the acknowledgements. Ugh, I hate life. So that was my experience of the end of 50 Words for Rain. Beautiful. I spent the whole day reading this. That's all I did. Good night. Okay, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, which means the Queer Weekend Readathon is happening. I'm about 100 pages into this lovely, lovely book, The 5 Stages of Andrew Brawley. It has already put me through it emotionally. I've cried a few times, loving it, almost halfway through. So I'm gonna sit here on the couch and finish this book and then start A Density of Souls by Christopher Rice. And Philip has had his pill and he's thrilled about it. And that's what we're doing. I'm on page 200 or 201 or 202 of The 5 Stages of Andrew Brawley. It's so sweet. Oh my god. Sobbing. This book is so sad and so sweet, and I can't take it. Okay. So it's 9. I finished the 5 Stages of Andrew Brawley. Yeah, I cried a lot during this book. Haven't read the acknowledgements yet. I like to take a little break before I do that usually. It was very sweet. It was so sad. It was really a lot. It was really great. And it had really kind of over the top, the crescendos of happiness were really extreme and almost to the point of being cheesy, but I related so much to the sort of mistakes that are made in this book based on the intensity of his emotions and what he's going through and what he's feeling. This book, if it's possible, made me nostalgic for a very, very difficult time in my life. My coming out process was hard, it was messy, and yet this book made me nostalgic for that time when like every feeling that you feel is the strongest feeling you've ever felt. It feels like the world is upside down and everything is wrong, and everything that's wrong with it is somehow your fault because there's something wrong with you. I will definitely read more by Sean David Hutchinson, including his memoir Brave Face, which I bought. I really love this book, and I think I'm going to give it 5 stars. And I'm so glad that this queer weekend thing was happening to force me to pick it up, finally. Loved it. Okay, so, overwhelmed, and I need to eat. Alright, so it is 10:18. I am 76% of the way through A Density of Souls. I think I'm going to finish it right around midnight. So fine. It'll technically be Monday, but I don't care. This book is a sprawling, surprising, sordid tale of intrigue and sexual liaisons and secrets, and I'm enjoying it. The first half was weird. I had a hard time reading his writing. I was confused sometimes. And then it got better. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading this Density of Souls. Okay, so what time is it? Midnight, exactly. Wow, cool. I just finished this book. I really enjoyed this book, but it is so ridiculous. The level of soap opera-ness and melodrama and reveals and secrets and things. How nutso this story. It's so fun. It's really satisfying. You know, the things that I wanted to have happen happened. I called the ending. I called the big reveal. Not right away, but also it was dealt with in exactly the way I wanted it to be dealt with. And that was really satisfying. What lovely ridiculousness. As a thriller, I have to say it's 4 stars. It is a great thriller. It was a great mystery. If it were going to be 5 stars, it would need to bear a little bit more scrutiny than it does. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous. I really enjoyed it. So that concludes my queer lit weekend, autumn queer weekend readathon experience. So I woke up to a thunderstorm. Today or tomorrow will probably be the end of this vlog for September, and I'm okay with that. I'm doing a lot of vlogging, and I'm very confused by what's happening in October now. So what I'm doing with my channel also is confusing now, again, because my parents' offer on their house was pulled, so now they're back on the market again, so now any idea I had of flying out there to help them move is not happening. It's all a mess. Alright, it is like 7:30 maybe. I took a nap after I finished An American Marriage, which I have very conflicted feelings about. I didn't love it, but I'm glad I read it. And then me only having had 4 hours of sleep kicked in, and I took a nap for like 5 hours. But it's not dark out yet, so that's nice. So at least I get to enjoy the sun for a moment. I need to edit a video. I have 2 videos filmed that I haven't edited yet, and no video actually uploaded for tomorrow. And so with that, I will say adieu to this vlog. This September 2020 vlog is going to be a monstrous task to edit. I have no idea when this is going up because of it. I haven't even started yet. This is the month that I started reading again, the month that I came back to this channel. So there's lots of footage. So that is it for this vlog. During this vlog, I opened so much book mail. I made coffee quite a few times. I had a lot of hot chocolate, I think. I read, talked about books. I sat in my office and edited things. So many things have happened. I'm sure you've seen a lot of rain. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to leave a like down there. Hit the button, give me a little thumbs up. That makes a big difference in the algorithm and helps me out. If you have any comments on the books I read this month, please feel free to leave those thoughts below. The comment box is your friend. And until next time, I will be here in the ever-increasing darkness reading. Okay, bye guys.